G'day, as you know, I am Kaylin, and today's training session is on the history section in the HR menu. Um, so as mentioned before with the HR, all the HR functionalities, you need to have the HR module enabled, and you also need to go and activate that certain feature. If you do not have the history HR function available, all you can do is go to the Jumpstart menu, click on the Human Resources, and then you can select your resources to use. In this one, you can then go and specify what you want to have available here. Once you've selected all that functionality that you need there, we can move on over to our history window. So your history window is a place where you can keep track of what the employment history of a specific employee is. So you can put in his salary and his position, his job description. You can go and specify there and keep track of that. So if we click on the add button, you'll see that we've got our update employment history window. You can go and specify then the date that you're adding this record for. Like, let's say, if this is the first record of this employee, obviously that would be on his hired date. You can go and specify your employee if you haven't selected the correct one there already, and then what his position is. So if you use this lookup button, you can go and if you do have any of these positions pre-populated, you can simply go and select one of them, or if you need to go and add an extra one, you can simply then right click and click on the add button and go and put in the description for that. Okay, so I'm going to just say that this employee was a workshop staff. We're going to select that. You can then go and specify a salary if you want to. So for argument's sake, I'm just going to say this guy earns 1,000. We're just going to use easy figures here. And if there is any documentation that you need to link, perhaps you want to go and link if this is a contract worker or something like that, you can go and link his contract to that, or perhaps you want to just go and link his CV for easy reference here. You can go and specify what his notice period is, so let's just say it is 31 days. If this guy is on probation at all, you can go and specify until when it is, and then as I said, you can also go and specify whether this is a contract worker or not. If this was a contract worker, you'll see that there is a contract section available on the left-hand side where you can go and specify when his contract would start, when it's expected to end, when it actually does end, and then when you close off that contract there, and you can go and set the status of it, whether the contract has actually started or if it's completed, and that you can go and keep a record of that. Wherever there is a lookup button, it'll always pop up then with an extra menu with either, in this case it's a date, so it's a calendar picker that you can select there. Okay, so just going one back up then to your job description. So in this window you can actually go and specify this guy needs to I don't know, build certain stuff, or he needs to make sure that all the job sheets are perhaps put into make sure that they are all complete, and put in a certain tray or something, for the admin guys to perhaps just take that and invoice those jobs. So you can go and specify what his job description is here. Contract, we've done that, so you can go and specify his contract. Any extra comments that you need to put in specific to this record, you can go and do that. And if there are any custom fields that you need to configure, you can go and figure those in the configuration module, and they will appear under your other tab here. So once you've specified all that, you simply click on OK, and we've got our record. So now next time, perhaps it's a year later, this guy simply is still a workshop staff, but now he's had an increase. You can go and specify then what his salary was now after the increase, or then perhaps he's been promoted, so he would now become a workshop manager, for argument's sake. And you can go and specify his salary and all the information pertaining to that. It's a nice screen for you to just keep a record of this employee's employment history, and when specifically he was either promoted or increases, or if there is for any reason you need to draw that information. The more information you put into CSM, the more you can draw out, obviously, in a report. So there can always be a custom report written in order to get this information that's needed there. And that's the history section. It's pretty plain and simple, easy to add, nice function to use, and to keep record of all that information. Um, and that's it for the HR section. I hope that you've learned something and that you'll join me in the next video. Goodbye.